been buying a lot of me already. Look at that. I've been buying almost every week now. Incredible,
Amazing.
incredible. Yeah, and there's a lot of it's a lot of good tokens that you want to accumulate right now. Let's go back to Bitcoin and talk about the Bitcoin price.
Yeah, I'm
Because I
keep
just
reloading Twitter, by the way. So if something happens, I'll keep you posted.
that is good. That is good. Um, let's see. Let's see. Um,
What do you see, Carl, in the charts? What are they telling you?
what are the charts telling me? Um, the chart is not telling me much. Oh yeah, we can take a look at the. But Bybit is lagging a little bit too much. Like I cannot really like. I think everyone is FOMOing right now, like crazy. Not sure how to deal with that right now. Maybe we just switch over quickly to Bitflex because it's working better here. So let me go into the 5 minute then. Yeah, here we go. Bitflex is working very well. Um, we can see a um, a triangle right there forming on the 5 minutes time frame. So for Bitcoin, it looks like we might see a breakout within the next, let's say, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. I think we're going to see a big breakout. And if this breaks to the upside, then obviously we could see something like this. Bitcoin breaking up to $48,000 approximately.
Nice,
So that could happen, in my opinion.
nice. That would be sweet. Imagine if the SEC is going to post the same the same tweet they said they got hacked into. That would be funny. So yeah,
Should we invite Da Vinci to the stream? What do you think?
you think is he awake?
He just messaged me saying that we have insane amount of viewers.
Yeah, let's invite him in. It's always a good idea having Da Vinci. Let me copy the link.
How many
Uh,
live viewers do we have actually?
Let me say if you want to join. If you want to join us tomorrow, I have a class super early,
Really?
but I don't care. I don't care, man. I'll be dead at CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if he's gonna join us. I sent him the invite. Let me
That's
see.
cool. That's cool. We have 3,000 people watching. Guys, let me now show you what you guys have to do. First of all, you go below this live stream and you press the like button. Very, very important. Make it pump to 1,000 likes. And then you have to go and click Bybit or Bitflex. Both of them are amazing. On Bybit right now, you get $30,000 bonus. On Bitflex, you get $68,888 in bonus. So go check it out right now. Um, and speaking of Bitflex, by the way, um, let me share this screen again because they just made a nice little update with some beautiful. Here you have Bitflex blog, users guide. I like it. I like it. But yeah, the rewards hub, that's where you want to go and claim all of your bonuses and rewards and vouchers and free treasure wallets and everything. So Bitflex is a little bit like Santa Claus, I would say.
Yeah. By the way, Da Vinci is not gonna make it, but we have a guest who wants to join us, and just sent him the invite. So we'll have a surprise. Someone that I like and I respect very much. So
That's good. That's good.
let's see if he's gonna accept the
Uh,
invite.
let's bring the guest. Let's bring the guest. But look at this. I think this is gonna break out any minute now. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, it's super, super awesome. Super, super awesome.
Very exciting. And guys, shout out if you're watching on Twitter. Make sure to press the notification bell on Twitter. You can do that. You can go to if you go up on my Twitter profile and press follow. You can also press notifications, so you always get notifications when we post tweets and go live and everything.
Yeah, exactly. And today we are on the move. As you can see, we're not in the studio because we wanted to cover latest news. There you go. Shall we invite the guest in? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Crypto Kid, welcome to the
Hey guys,
stream.
what's up? Nice to see you. How's everything?
Likewise.
Very good. Happy ETF approval day, bro.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's cross our fingers and let's hope that that is the case. Let's keep the fingers crossed and not jinx it. But yeah, I mean, if we can see today, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I was actually preparing for my own live show that I'm going to be starting within 45 minutes. But until then, I'm more than happy to join you guys and discuss what can potentially happen.
Nice. Amazing. By the way, guys, I'm excited about the ETF, but I'm also excited about winning my bet with Da Vinci. That would be the best pizza ever. Because, I mean, technically, I never disagree with Da Vinci. We have the same views on pretty much everything. But this is a point of discussion, which is nice. So we'll see. Someone has to buy a pizza and someone has to win a pizza. So we will see.
Incredible. Is Bitcoin right now breaking out? Look at that. We're getting closer and closer, it looks like.
Oh, by the way, Chris just tweeted something super fun. Let me put it on screen.
Did you guys talk about, by the way, the Fidelity listings?
Yeah. We showed all the pieces of evidence that are basically on Twitter. Look at this. Crypto. Shout out to Chris. He basically asked Grok, which is the AI from Twitter, right? And the AI said, it seems that the SEC has approved the ARK Invest Bitcoin Spot ETF. So that's it. It's not official, but the AI said...
Grok says so.
Exactly. So that's it.
Nice.
That's it. We go back to the charts. We should invite Chris, by the way, to join the stream.
Definitely.
I love Chris. He's awesome. So shout out to Crypto.
Yeah. Breaking Whale says the SEC is expected to approve 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs over the next few hours.
Yeah, so the updates came in from CBOE, which is one of the three exchanges that the ETFs are going to be launched in. So we have the NASDAQ, we have the CBOE, and we have the New York Stock Exchange. Now, you can see over here that most of these are, I also posted a tweet on my Twitter. We have a couple of them that are from the CBOE exchange, and CBOE has given the approval that they can be launched on their platform, and they're just waiting for the final go-ahead from the SEC. But as soon as we see this, the ETFs can begin trading, and hopefully it's going to be between 1 a.m. till 3 a.m. Dubai time today. So it's going to be starting in approximately 2, 3, 4 hours. And you know what? I've only slept 3 hours last night. I'm willing to do the same today, but hopefully we'll see Bitcoin moving higher rather than a sell the news event.
Yeah, let's see. Wow, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Very nice.
Same.
I just put $200,000 in Bitcoin and $100,000 in Dogecoin live on the
right
stream.
now.
Yeah, for fun.
Wow.
Yeah,
Personally speaking,
that might have been my fault.
Great, what did you do, bro?
Maybe.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's a great time to be trading right now, personally speaking. I have my position open from before, but this volatility, it's very hard to give a judgment on where it's going to go. We know from yesterday, the first couple of minutes, everybody thought that the ETFs actually got approved. And given from that judgment, we saw Bitcoin approach the $48,000 territory. And straight after we saw that it was fake, then we saw the dump. So I'm expecting a further move up, right? A small push, but I don't know. What's your thoughts, Carl? Do you think it's going to go straight to 60K?
I wouldn't trade the news right now. What I'm trading is the fact that the volatility is there at all. Look at this, the pattern that I show on the screen right now. This is a beautiful pattern, and if it breaks the resistance here, then this is definitely a classical pattern to be traded, you know? So I think when there's volatility, when there's volume, as a trader, we need to take advantage of that, basically.
Yeah, makes sense. Personally, I'm not looking into getting into positions, but I am looking into Ethereum, by the way. Ethereum is one that I'm looking into opening because I honestly think that after we see the shift from the Bitcoin spot ETF approvals, we're going to be jumping into Ethereum and potentially XRP as well, which would be absolutely mind-blowing. I think it could be incredible for the industry if we see both Ethereum and XRP ETFs get approved. And we've heard the latest news that we've heard regarding that was that it's going to be tested on how the market reacts. From Kathy Wood on Bloomberg just a couple of minutes ago said that the market is going to see how, and the SEC is going to monitor what happens with the Bitcoin spot ETFs. And if we get a positive outcome, then why not? The Ethereum and XRP ETFs could be approved too. And the way that the crypto markets work, yeah.
CryptoKid, do you have a position open right now?
No, just the Bitcoin position that we managed to get into, actually almost near the bottom in the candle that we had just a couple of days ago. That got all the funding rates. We flushed out all the funding rates and kind of given us that forefront to continue seeing a push towards the upside. So that was a very nice entry. But let's see what happens. Honestly, it would be very nice if we could see a break.
This is such a beautiful pattern.
It is.
You have beautiful support and resistance converging. You have declining volume here on Bitflex, just exactly like you want to see. I mean, this could break out. This is the 5-minute chart. In the next 20 minutes or even 10 minutes, I think we're gonna see this breakout. So everyone down below in the chat, if you guys want to trade this, head over to Bitflex or Bybit, sign up and make your initial deposit, and then you could potentially take this trade, because honestly, it's a classical textbook pattern, and the target is calculated like this. That's 47.8 basically. So
this is the 5-minute time frame. Oh, I thought this was the higher time frame. Oh wow.
No.
I've not been in the 5-minute for a long time. It's been a while since I've done that.
This is where the fun stuff is right now. Like when you have news events like this, you want to go to the 5 minutes, and go and chill on the 5-minute, 15-minute, and trade here. I would not go to the 1 minute. I think that's stupid. But 15 to 5 minutes, here you have beautiful trades. Look at that. It's beautiful. Let me know in the chat, guys. You know what? Let me know. Press 1 in chat right now if you are looking to go long if this breaks to the upside in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
We got some breaking news, by the way. Mr. M, did you see the stream chat?
I'm refreshing everything like crazy. So let me see.
So we got the ETF. So we got the which one is it? It's the Van Eck, the 21 shares ETF get listed on Swissquote, which is a very popular trading platform. And it appears that we've got Fidelity, we've got Swissquote. I'm not exactly sure if you're actually able to purchase the ETF from these providers at this moment in time, but it's looking pretty interesting. Honestly, it's we've not gotten the final official approval yet, but we could be seeing these ETFs getting traded any minute now. It's just super close to happening from my perspective.
This one from Sunny, right? Sunny Decree. Yeah, I got this one, and then I'll put it on screen as well. I don't think I've never refreshed Twitter so much like until tonight. Yeah, Swissquote. There you go. Wow. I mean, either someone is doing some amazing Photoshop editing, or
yeah, because it's like, who has a Fidelity trading account, right? Very little people. I mean, not many people have a Swissquote account either, I guess. But I think that the photos are real, and it looks like that. I'm not sure. The only question is, are they tradable? Are they tradable? That's the only thing. But if I don't think they are yet. That's kind of the rumor that I've been hearing on Twitter. But hey, look, any minute now, it could be arriving, and when it does, it's going to be interesting to see whether if the Bitcoin ETFs are going to be able to get into the top 25 ETFs list. As you guys know, back in the previous bull market, we saw BITO. BITO launched at the top of the bull market, and that made it into the top 25 most successful ETFs launched to date. And if we can see similar inflow to that today, that could make it a very, very successful ETF launch and FOMO more institutional buyers to accumulate more Bitcoin.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just keep refreshing everything because I can see a lot of stuff coming through, and I'm not sure I want to share everything because some of those are a bit questionable. But yeah, I mean, if everything goes according to the plan, technically trading starts tomorrow, right? So that's what I've heard.
It should. If the
Exactly.
SEC gives the approval, if
Exactly.
they do. So like
Exactly.
what we can see now is that the 19B4s, they are most likely, like today is the deadline day, and these should be going through the next couple of hours. And once we see the 19B4s go through, according to Eric Balchunas and James Seyfarth, the S1s should be also getting approved very, very shortly after. However, the S1s are mostly controlled by the SEC. So if the SEC is quick enough to make sure that the S1s go through, then we should be seeing the Bitcoin ETFs trading tomorrow. If not, then we could be waiting a little longer. But honestly speaking, I'm even planning on buying Bitcoin ETFs. I swear, it's actually very, very nice. Like if you think about it from a traditional investor standpoint, you have no risk of custody, right? So even the normal average user in crypto gets very, very frightened on what's going to happen to Ledger, what's going to happen to Trezor. Can I keep my money on Binance? Is it safe? Is it safe on this exchange? And traditional investors, like they don't want to have that risk involved in their portfolios where they put hundreds of millions of dollars into a particular asset. They don't want any risk at all. And now with the custodian being the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, they're already very trusted brands, if I may call it, in the space, in the traditional investing space, and the risk of losing your assets are very, very slim. So this provides investors confidence. And I think that once these investors get exposure to the Bitcoin ETF, kind of get the fundamentals into how Bitcoin works, how cryptocurrency works, then later on, they may themselves also go ahead and buy spot Bitcoin from the markets and experiment with blockchain technology. But one more thing to add, I was in the Bloomberg live stream, and Kathy Wood was speaking, and she was saying that look, this is an emerging technology. If we look at Bitcoin, it's only 15 years old, right? It is still a kid, right? If you compare it to me, like exactly how I'm a kid, Bitcoin is still a kid too. It's still in high school. And eventually, once it gets more coverage across people globally, we only have like 4.5% adoption in the world in terms of people knowing about or holding Bitcoin. And that's nothing. We still have another 95.5% of people that are not exposed into Bitcoin. And slowly, once that exposure comes from either the US struggling to pay back its debt, its $34 trillion national debt, which is paying more on interest than it's spending on its army per year. And that's just a crazy sum that they're paying. And to be able to pay this, they're first of all, printing more money and selling more treasury bonds. And this causes them to print more money, causing more inflation and kind of making that cycle continue onwards. And I don't think that this is going to sustain. And in January 2025, we may be seeing some shocking events that could drive Bitcoin into a super cycle.
Yeah, super interesting. Like you said, I mean, to me also it makes me think if you imagine from someone who doesn't have much exposure in crypto, and you have because still you have exchanges, right? I mean, exchanges might be cheaper. I mean, if you buy a Trezor, it costs you 0 fees, but then you have all the risk, like you said. And then what options you have? Well, if you are someone who wants to invest into crypto, you can go to BlackRock, you can go to all those ETFs, or you can go into an exchange. So I think we might see some people maybe more to the traditional finance, trusting more those people as opposed to exchanges, like you said. So it would be an interesting one. But what I like about it is like there has been a fee of wars or wars fees. So the consumer wins. When you have many companies competing to win more customers, that means discount. So overall, it's a really good thing. And
but did you guys see that the fee is actually lower than what the overall fee for the gold ETF, the BlackRock Gold ETF is? So the BlackRock Gold ETF, I think it had a fee rate of 40 basis points. And what we're seeing now in the Bitcoin ETFs is in the ranges of 20 to 25 basis points. So it's almost half the cost of buying a Bitcoin spot ETF compared to buying a gold ETF. And what you can see here is that Bitcoin ETF issuers, they're taking the risk of potentially making less profit in the short term and maybe not even breaking even.
Bitcoin is actually breaking out. So if we look at the Bitcoin price, you can see on the screen, right?
Yeah, the chart is on the screen. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think, look at that. It is breaking out right now, exactly as predicted. So, as you can see, from the point of the breakout, the target is up 3% here. So, let me know in the chat, everyone who took this trade. I saw many ones. So, the question is, how many people are taking this trade? Oh, now hamburger is on the door. I have to go eat my, or get my hamburger. See you soon.
By the way, we have news. Bitcoin
we do.
Bitcoin Magazine said the senior executive at major spot Bitcoin ETF applicant tells Fox Business the SEC informed his firm that it will be approved today after closing trading. Okay, so that's a few hours from now, right?
Yeah, so I'm just checking it right now. So the stock market closes at 4 p.m., right? So the stock market closes at 4 p.m. and that would take us to 1 a.m. in Dubai time. So that is literally within 2 hours, we may see the approvals coming ahead. That is the expectation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just got a hamburger right now.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's happening? Bitcoin, why it's dumping again? What happened while I was gone?
Dude, it's a 5-minute chart. It's going to pump and dump. it's going to happen.
Look at that. Look at that dump, guys.
Yeah, I
Bro, this is why I'm telling you, 5 minutes, these smaller increments, especially in a time of volatility like this, with high anticipation of massive, people being indecisive of where the market is going to go. I think lower timeframes are very, very dangerous to be on personally. And regardless of the lower timeframes, even in the macro, it's pretty dangerous. And that's why a lot of people are right now either exiting positions or they're scaling into short positions. Personally, I don't like to short Bitcoin.
That's the question. Is because if it's dumping like this, then maybe there's news.
Dude, it's only dumped like $50. It's the 5 minutes.
I'm checking nothing. Nothing has happened besides the news we shared. Guys, do you know what we haven't covered yet? The inverse Kramer. The inverse Kramer takes time to the prophecy takes time to manifest, right? So he said Bitcoin topped up. So give it some time. We're going to go to 50K. Kramer never fail.
But personally speaking, I am looking to hopefully go all in into Bitcoin. If we see a correction after the approvals, I am looking to go all in my portfolio into Bitcoin. I am going to become very degen. Like, honestly speaking, the more and more you're exposed in the space, like since the start of December, my school went into the holidays and I had just 1 month focusing on crypto overall. And the more you spend time, the more you understand, the more you research, you really understand how revolutionary Bitcoin is and how much of a change it can make in the long term. And that's why if we see a correction after the ETF approvals, then I am planning on putting a lot of all of my portfolio into Bitcoin. Let's see how that works out. But I am becoming a maxi slowly. Let us know in the comment section. Are you a maxi? Do you believe in altcoins? I believe in altcoins. But I think Bitcoin is going to be the leader by a mile in the landscape of cryptocurrencies. But what's your take on that, Mr.
I couldn't agree more. I use altcoins to make more Bitcoin. So the entire purpose of my altcoin bags is to make me more Bitcoin. And I think you said something super interesting. I completely agree. I think the more time you spend in crypto and studying and everything, the more you go closer to become maxi, because Bitcoin is I don't want to swear, but is the ass,
By the way, breaking news. We have some breaking news. I don't know. You can check the chat. I'm not sure where the source is from. It's from the Bitcoin Archive Twitter. And it's saying that the spot Bitcoin ETFs are going to start trading tomorrow from the CBOE, which is the exchange that we talked about. That already gave the go-ahead from their side for the ETFs. And maybe if we can go to my Twitter, I actually put the list of the ETF issuers that were approved on the CBOE and which ones we're actually waiting for. It's going to be very interesting what's going to happen. Honestly, I'm super excited. I'm nervous. It's just a bunch of mixed feelings. I don't know. Really,
I know. And by the way, have you seen that today is the kind of anniversary of the first Bitcoin tweet ever
on Twitter?
15
I
years
saw.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, Hal Finney, right? Hal Finney posted it.
Yeah, exactly. Which one you wanted me to go? This one? This one from Breaking Whale?
I think that's from Breaking Whale. Maybe the one below from my side. No, not this one. But I am planning on taking a small vacation. So the one below this, I think it's the one below this tweet.
There
I
you
think
go.
it was.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Nice.
So these
you're
are
killing
the
it on Twitter, man. Your Twitter account is amazing. Yeah.
Dude, it's I had no clue how hard Twitter was. It takes literally 24/7 worth of attention to kind of, you know, making sure that the news is completely correct. You go and do the background checks on it, and it is oh wow, okay, so we're getting more breaking news. This is crazy.
Yeah, let me go as well. Check this. Okay, let me copy.
Oh yeah, so this is the CBOE. Hold on, let's
business stuff as well.
11th of January.
Trading tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So this is what the news says, right? So approval today, trading tomorrow, which is nice. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. It's I just have a feeling that it is somehow priced in. Maybe not 100%, but I think we're 95% of the way priced in, going up towards it. Like, as I mentioned when I first joined the stream, we first thought that the news was real in the first couple of minutes of the SEC tweet, and Bitcoin, we went up to 48K, but you know, we didn't have a more parabolic move higher. So I think the levels to watch out for are $48,500 and $50,250. The first level is important because why? It is the 61.8 on the Fibonacci on the weekly time frame, and the 50.2K is the golden pocket on the Fibonacci. And if we do see a further continuation of the move towards the upside after the ETF approvals, I think at those 2 points, Bitcoin may see rejections back down. But in terms of a correction, I think that the two most important levels for us in this moment of time is number one, $38,000. I think 38K would give us some very, very good level of resistance. Sorry, not resistance, but support. And if we decide to drop further, then possibly 34K, where we have $4.5 billion worth of liquidations. But you know, at those 2 points is where I'm setting my limit longs to be buying more Bitcoin.
Nice. I mean, I agree with you. That candle at 48 was a bit of a push. But what if the fake news was never exposed? What if, you know, everything was coming natural? And I think 50. I mean, 50 is going to happen. And then
you think so?
After,
today?
Yeah, I think so. So. I mean, if the SEC, you know, comes out and they say trading start tomorrow, and then someone is going to buy. I mean, who's going to sell into a bullish news, into a trading tomorrow, hopefully for a bunch of products? I mean, who's selling? Yeah. People are going to buy, if anything. So,
True.
And remember, February is a fantastic month, super bullish for Bitcoin in general. January, maybe 50-50, but February is probably the best or second best. I think is between October and February. Those are the best months. So statistically speaking, of course, I'm just speculating based on previous data, but it looks like we'll have a fantastic February. So I don't know. And maybe towards the halving, we're going to dump a little bit. You know, we're going to pump like crazy and maybe like recorrect later on. I mean, everything is possible, of course. I'm just speculating on my own feelings. But I think if they come up and say, it's done, it's a deal, trading tomorrow, I think 50K is inevitable. We are like at 47 almost now. It's like $3,000, man. It's just like, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, 50K is also going to be very important psychological level of resistance. I mean, it's, you know, it's half $100,000, right? And it's very important psychological. It's an important psychological level where, you know, we've been seeing when you go through, you know, Apple News, when you scroll on your home screen and you look at the most latest news updates. Now I'm seeing Bitcoin again. Bitcoin is being in the headlines. You know, we're talking about the ETFs and all sorts, and even the halving is mentioned. So I think that 50K particularly, we may see a lot of FOMO from retail investors coming in. And at that point, well, it's either a time to be, I think now is even a time to be slowly scaling out and taking some profits and seeing what happens with the ETF and then observing the market. And if it's suitable, then re-entering positions. But God, I just I'm just speechless because it's something that we've been expecting for so long, and I know that
Yeah.
the last 10 months now, almost every single video, this is what we've been talking about. We've been giving our TA the latest news updates, and just kind of all of it coming to one single hour now. We're an hour or 2 hours away. It's a bit emotional, and even if we go higher, if we break lower, it's not going to matter too much. Because in the macro landscape, we know that capital from institutional investors is going to flow drastically into Bitcoin, and that's all that matters, no matter what happens in the short term.
Yeah, exactly. And like we were saying with Carl in the beginning of the stream, 2017, the first one was rejected. So it's been 7 years. So it's been a lot of road has been built with these ETFs. Exactly. So a lot of sweat and work. And like you said, those applicants, they've been working really hard with the SEC for the past few weeks, refilling, all the applications. I mean, I've got nothing but excitement as well. And it's fantastic that we can share it also with you guys. Almost 4,000 people watching. It's insane. Thank you so much.
Incredible.
And keep clicking on Twitter.
I had an incredible burger. Actually, I had 2 incredible burgers. They were very tasty.
You Nice. Are very lucky, my bro. You are a very lucky man, for sure. I wish I could have had a burger right now, and it is what it is.
It is indeed what it is, yeah. So, how many people are watching from Twitter right now?
There is a lot of people watching on Twitter, and I think you guys are smashing it these past couple of days, by the way. Massive, massive congrats. I think that the Moonshow community is absolutely fantastic. And, now that we're so close to the ETF approvals, I think that this is the time to be paying attention to the space. And it looks like the social risk is going down, and more people are actively wondering about what's happening to Bitcoin. I shared the Google search trends yesterday on my live stream. And we can see that in the United States, yesterday, Bitcoin was the 18th most searched term. In Germany, it was the 3rd most searched term. In Singapore, I think it was the 2nd. And people are just interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies again. And I think that is a very, very bullish sign for, coming up towards the halving. And as we know, historically speaking, a year on average after the halving, we see the all-time high for Bitcoin. And going into 2025 with the debt ceiling due in January 2025, I think Bitcoin can potentially go into a super cycle, breaking the logarithmic curve on the 12-month chart.
Yeah, 320 people, by the way, are watching on Twitter. So shout out to all of you. Amazing.
But guys, I am going to have to dip in 2 minutes or so, because I do need to prepare for my live stream as well. But if you guys are still around at like 2, 3 a.m., then we can regroup back together and see what's happening.
You know what's unlikely, but if we see insane price action and ETF is going absolutely insane, then let's see.
What if we hit $69,000? Then will Carl from the Moon be awake and making a live stream?
In that case, I don't have a choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might have to say no to my CrossFit class tomorrow and say, you know what? Sorry, guys.
Last night, 3 hours of sleep. Today, I only had like 1 meal. It looks like today I'm not going to be sleeping much too, because tomorrow I have school and I can't ditch school, because I've ditched enough school in Singapore when we went to Singapore, and I kind of don't have any more lifelines left. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be mentally tough. It's going to be tough physically. But I think at the end of the day, this is all going to be worth it, as Bitcoin is going to be showing some.
Before you leave, in the next 3 hours, what is your Bitcoin price prediction?
Volatility. That's that's what I'll say. I think honestly, it's very, very hard to give a prediction on what's going to happen. The moment we see the ETF approvals, the moment we see Eric Balchunas and James Safeguard post that ETF is approved, then I think a move towards the 48.5K is possible. And if the bulls are still stronger than the bears at that moment in time, then $50,250 is also possible, taking us to the golden pocket in the Fibonacci retracement on the weekly time frame. And I think from that point onwards, it is likely that we see a correction.
Yeah, I think 50 is definitely in play. If of course the SEC says go time, then I think we'll see 50. You've done the math earlier with the time difference, right? And we were saying the close of the day would be 1. So in about what, 2 hours?
So it's mentioned by CBOE that the ETFs will most likely launch at the end of the trading day in New York, and the market is closed at 4 p.m. New York time. So given our current time zone, that's going to be at 1 a.m. And earlier on, James Seyfarth also mentioned that anywhere from between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. is where we're likely going to get the approvals. And that's kind of the window that we're expecting right now.
Yeah, exactly. So if this happens, I think we will for sure flirt with the 50. And then, of course, trading tomorrow, that would be insane because, I mean, yeah. By the way, we have a super chat. Sorry, guys, I've been super focused on the Twitter reloading thing that I have not paid much attention to.
Carl, we should check Ethereum, by the way. I think the chat is mentioning that Ethereum is pumping, yeah.
Yeah, so Carlos saying all the things you guys think about Bitcoin in the past is the past. There was never an ETF. From now on, Bitcoin will be different. Yeah.
You know, I'm not an OG in this space, and I really want to ask you guys. Like, I know that everybody in the space was wanting, and you know, they just wish that we could see institutional adoption for Bitcoin at some point. And this has been the case for many, many years, even when I first started, which was not too long ago. But I can imagine that when you guys first joined the space, since that point in time, everybody was wanting institutional adoption into Bitcoin, and we're finally seeing it. And you know, how does that make you guys feel? I mean, you've been in it for a much longer time than I've been in it for, and it's I'd really like to know your thoughts about it. And I think when
I jumped into Bitcoin, it was basically only like YouTubers and people on Twitter like talking and fighting, and that's all it was. So yeah, it was only retail. And yeah, seeing the progress now is just mind blowing. And I remember back when I jumped into crypto, like if Bitcoin was even mentioned like briefly on like a news station or in a song or anything, it went viral on Twitter. Now it's like, you know, every day they talk about Bitcoin on news everywhere, you know. But 5-6 years ago when I was starting, it was like the event of the year, you know. So yeah, it's good times. I'm having some cookies, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, and as much as I agree with the super chat, I think there is always a first time for everything. Like El Salvador, first, you know, I mean, there is always, if you look into what happened historically, you can always find a first time for everything. So of course, this ETF is going to change for sure. I mean, it's the first time and it's going to impact massively, but I think the truth is Bitcoin, and you know, whatever happens around it, it doesn't matter. You know, it's the honey badger. So, but indeed, I mean, institutions.
Ethereum is breaking out, just like Crypto Kid said.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
that is amazing. Pumping. And I think it's going to go, like, my personal target for Ethereum is $3,500. And I think with the spot ETF, with the spot, God, it's just, I'm mixing the words at this point with the ETF word overall. I've said it too many times. I think I said it more than and the, and it, and I. Like, ETF is the most dominant word in my vocabulary. And after we see the Ethereum spot ETF news, I think that combined with the fact that Bitcoin, capital from Bitcoin flows into Ethereum and then into altcoins in every cycle, I think that $3,500 is not that far of a reach for us.
Yeah, I think so too. Look at this. Maybe Ethereum is forming some kind of inverse head and shoulders here. Possible. But yeah, Ethereum breaking out, that is beautiful. Actually, what I can see on Ethereum now is probably
rising wedge.
Yeah, that could be a nice rising wedge here. And rising wedges are usually bearish, but when you have bullish price action like this, you have also rising wedges breaking straight to the upside as well. So this is very tradable also. I have already in a position here, Ethereum, $130,000 right now, $35,000 in profits, 500% profits over on Bitflix. Link down below.
Beautiful.
But guys, unfortunately, I think I'll need to jump out
because
Yes.
Okay, bro.
Unfortunately.
Thank you for tuning
See you,
in.
dude. Thank
Appreciate
you.
No worries.
For,
See you
See
in
you on
like
Friday.
3 a.m. then. No, see
yeah,
you,
yeah,
see you at
baby.
3 a.m. when Bitcoin's at 69K.
Let's do that.
All right.
Nice.
See
You
you,
guys.
Salute.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye. By the way, Carl, check this out. Michael Saylor said Bitcoin will be the only thing ever approved twice by the SEC. You gotta love Michael Saylor.
Michael
He's not,
Saylor is incredible.
yeah, it's a legend. I'm keep refreshing, man. Twitter, see what's going on.
Yeah,
But I
it
think
is, I'm
see.
excited.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the news is gonna be accepted by the end of the trading day, so it will be for us one. So let's say a few hours from now, and then apparently trading from tomorrow. So I think we have a few more hours to go before they make a decision. But it looks like it's a done deal. I mean, based on what I'm reading on Twitter and what I've
For
seen.
sure. Someone said in the chat that XRP is pumping. Let me check.
Okay. I
Let
mean,
me check.
Ethereum is pumping, and other derivatives are pumping, so it's possible.
XRP is, I wouldn't use the word pumping, but it's going up a little bit, yeah. And we do have some resistance right there. So if XRP can break above 58 cents, then yeah, we could probably see a pump. However, when you zoom out a bit, you can see that XRP has a lot of overhead resistance up there around 60 cents. So actually, for XRP, I would be a little bit cautious here until we break back above 60 cents. So right now, it's actually, I mean, if you want to accumulate for the long term, this is a good time. But if you want to make like a leveraged trade, I would probably wait for 60 cents and then go in with a trade with 10x leverage and go crazy. I don't have a XRP position open. Should I maybe?
Yeah, you had one. You made some amazing
Oh, well,
profits.
yeah, I got liquidated eventually, I think, on that one. You know what? I'm going to open up a small position now, a little bit prematurely, and then I will scale it back up if we see a reason to do so. So let me see. Let me put this on USDT. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna put. It's gonna be $5,000 margin. That's a $50,000 position. I will do that actually live on the stream now. And then if we break above 60 cents, I will basically double the position probably. That's what I will do. But right now, I just, what I can see now is just basically, I don't know. I like this. I like this. Looks quite
Let's drink some water. But if I switch into TradingView, we can see that Ethereum is not seen. Ethereum has not seen the $2,500 mark ever since, let me see the date there, since May of 2022. So for another 20, it's an all-time high, a local all-time high for Ethereum in the past 22 months. Very, 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 very bullish. We hit 2,500 and now we're trading way higher. It's at now 2,000, well, not way higher, but $2,503 is the price that Ethereum is at. I'm going to be trying to fix, hold on, just give me a second. I'm going to try and fix the TradingView chart, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. If we switch it to this tab over here, we should be able to see the price now of Ethereum on the TradingView chart. So if I switch back, let's see what happens. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we can see here that Ethereum is now trading at 2,500. We broke a 22-month high almost, which is pretty solid, I can't lie. Massive congrats to all of the crypto kids that decided to take that trade that we mentioned in the past couple of videos. For some reason, I can't find it. I think it got deleted from this chart, but it looks something like this. We had a massive ascending triangle or a rising wedge, depending on how you looked at it. But my initial perspective was this ascending triangle, and we were testing the resistance of it very beautifully. And I did mention a potential entry to be getting on Ethereum was the point where we were testing this line of resistance, and now it is skyrocketing. We have a target of $3,500 for this altcoin season and this next massive full-fledged bull market that we see hopefully on Bitcoin. But that is what's happening on Ethereum currently. Bitcoin is trading at 46,100, not a massive price difference at all so far. If we jump back into the browser and scroll through some of the breaking news once again and kind of do a tour of James, Eric, and Eleanor and see if there's any updates there. There is nothing massive. So BlackRock may be the first day flow record with a possible $2 billion in asset injection on the first day of trading for its US spot Bitcoin ETF. So according to Bloomberg Intelligence's senior ETF analyst Eric Balchunas, seed funding could combine with grassroots interest to give it momentum in a race that includes up to 11 ETFs that we think could gather as much as $4 billion on the first day and 50 billion assets within 2 years. Now, that is crazy. Why? Because Eric himself just yesterday on a Spaces said that this is a very ambitious target and reaching this would be very difficult. But if we see $50 billion worth of assets flowing into the Bitcoin ETFs within 2 years, it is absolutely massive. You got to keep in mind that the total market cap of Bitcoin is $950 billion. So 50 billion from just one of the ETFs is massive. If we see $200 billion, then that's a severe percentage of the total market cap of Bitcoin, and that should increase the price of Bitcoin pretty significantly. But yeah, this is pretty bullish, and James has reposted this, so it is very legit. It's a very legitimate source from Bloomberg themselves. So I'm happy to confirm that the Grayscale team has received necessary regulatory approvals to uplist GBDC to the New York Stock Exchange Orca, and we will share a press release with additional information shortly. Grayscale. So the ETFs are approved. Now we can confirm that the approval is there. The Bitcoin spot ETF is approved, and massive congratulations, guys. So it is approved. Is the Bitcoin spot ETF approved? We can come to the conclusion that yes, we have approved these ETFs. And guys, to celebrate, let's smash 1,500 likes. Now that we've officially seen this ETF get approved, I think we deserved 1,500 likes, and it is possible. We have currently 3,400 people watching. Again, massive shout out to every single one of you that is staying up so late or early morning, wherever you are, whenever you are, and let's celebrate. Let's put some confetti. But is it gonna work? No, the confetti. That didn't work. Okay, that was a bit of a mess. But hold on. But what we can do is play some applause. Guys, massive congrats. We've been waiting for this for a very long time, and we all deserved it. I'm personally going to take like a one-day vacation and not look at any chart, not look at any ETF whatsoever. But guys, massive congrats. We got the ETFs approved. The price of Bitcoin, how is it getting affected? Ethereum is pumping, but Bitcoin, on the other hand, we can see here, Bitcoin is not doing too much. We're sitting at $46,200, and yeah, it's not seeing the move that we've been expecting, which is funny because yesterday, once the SEC tweeted about the ETFs, we went up to $48,000. But earlier on in the stream, I mentioned that, look, I think that a push is possible, but it's going to be a much less extended push compared to what we could have seen if we saw the ETFs actually get approved yesterday. But hey, it is what it is. It looks like, yes, it has been mostly priced in. It is possible that we see a drop maybe going into next week or the week after, but in the macro landscape, I am super bullish for Bitcoin. 50K, 48K, there's still both possible targets to keep in mind. XRP, I'm hearing that XRP is going up in price. Ethereum for sure is. XRP is, yeah, it's seeing a small increase, but if these ETFs are very, very much positive and they see positive outcome and positive inflow, then the spot Ethereum and XRP ETFs should be good to go in the upcoming weeks. That is probably what's going to be happening. But yeah, we've seen the approvals. It is a massive relief. I'm super happy that we've seen it. It was getting pretty scary, and there was a lot of doubt being driven in the market that the ETFs won't be approved overall. But hey, I'm super happy that that's the situation. There's always a chance. There's always a chance that somehow we get rugged. But from what it's looking like right now, I think we can celebrate. I think it is okay to celebrate. I don't want to go too crazy in celebrating, because if something comes out like in an hour from the SEC or something, they're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that was fake news again. So I want to take the celebrating at a modest level. We don't want to go too crazy, but I think we deserve a win. I think we deserve a win. So I think there's nothing wrong with, just a nice little applause. That should be completely fine. And I think we deserve that. This is from Watch Your Guru. So the SEC approves all spot Bitcoin ETFs according to them. So we're seeing all of them get approved at once. There is a chance that that's not the case, but let's just assume that that is what's happening. We can go over into Twitter once again and check through the latest updates, but I think this is it. I think that this is it. Yeah, so Eric, so congrats to Grayscale, by the way. They are why all of this happened. They fought the law and won 100%. Even so, I was so doubtful they'd make it to the starting gate, but they have. Yeah, so Eric was saying that Grayscale was probably going to be one of the last ones to actually get approved, but no, they have fought for us. Grayscale went into court, won the court, and they're now in the front line of ETFs that have been approved in the first half of Q1 of 2024. So a massive congrats to Grayscale and their team. They really led us to it. I mean, they are the heroes at this point, and we just have nothing to do but to congratulate them. So a massive congrats. I do want to check the price of GBTC, because GBTC, it should technically have an increase towards the upside. So let's check GBTC and see how the price has been affected. Now it's after market, but look at that. GBTC has been seeing a massive rally, a massive rally. We had a small dump yesterday, but that dump has been recovered. Its losses have been completely recovered, and now we're trading at 40.5. Wow. Very impressive. But the SEC servers are still appearing to be down, and they can't handle the hype. That is completely normal, and that should be fixed hopefully going into tomorrow. But guys, massive congrats. Bitcoin is seeing a rejection. Now we're at $45,895. We're not seeing a move, the expected move up that we wanted to see now, but let's just stay calm. Let's stay put. I want to see how this candle closes this week. So in the next 4 days and 3 hours, that's going to be very critical, and it's going to help me give the judgment that I want to make based off of the fact that if we're going to reduce lower, or if this is just the start and Bitcoin can continue trading at a higher price point. Now I want to have a look at the MRI and 3 of my personally favorite moving averages. The MRI, like I said, is having a second top, which is incredibly rare. It is indicating that the momentum has come towards an end, and we may see a rejection, but moving average is still up. Let's see if I was able to bring up the CMF. So let's bring up the CMF and the stochastic. CMF oscillator and the stochastic. For some reason, my trading view is a bit laggy and it's not coming up, but it doesn't look too bad at all. Bitcoin is not looking too bad in the macro scale, even though in the short term we could see a small price reversal. Ladies and gents, I want to check ETH to BTC. The ETH to BTC chart apparently is going, it's pretty much having a very nice wick towards the upside. And this is why I'm expecting Ethereum to have a very solid run after the spot ETFs and all of that news is done. People are going to be shifting into Ethereum instead. yeah, it's having a nice increase. Look, we're outperforming now Bitcoin technically in this week's candle, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Altcoins. People are saying that the altcoins are pumping. Let's have a look at the total crypto market cap. Altcoins are not doing too bad. Yeah, altcoins are not doing too shabby. And yeah, I think this is a potential time to be accumulating altcoins before the halving, before we see the massive altcoin season. But it's been approved. It's been approved. It looks like it's been approved. And now it's pretty much done and it's over. And I can't believe it. It's just over like that. I mean, was that it? Was that it? I mean, yeah, I expected more. I personally expected more. I expected more volatility. It's probably due to the reason that SEC has not posted it on their Twitter account, which is why we're not seeing the massive push up. If the SEC does at some point decide to post it on their Twitter, then the price of Bitcoin could see a surge. But so far, they've not posted anything. They're probably still running the internal investigation.